I was on a journey to handicap home runs in Major League Baseball. While I believe origination and top-down betting are both valid ways to make money in sports betting, I am at a point where they are not as fun or fulfilling as they once were. I am here to entertain and provide insights that may or may not be helpful long-term. This show is for entertainment and education. I am in my bet for fun but still bet responsibly era. I encourage you to reflect on what era you're in on your betting journey. Oh, and like the video or whatever. Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me. We did the intro. No glitches, no hiccups. We're feeling good. It's Monday. Here was yesterday. And it can be summed up in if I was correct about the game, I was correct about the guys. The plays that I hit, I also hit another one from that game. Only exception was Ryan O'Hearn. But Vlad and Springer, Judge and Acuna, Wallner and Moniak. So a little bit light on the plays, but I also had significantly less plays yesterday. There were a lot of games I skipped out on. We got to get you guys to follow better directions on Suggestion Sunday. A couple comments, both said Vlad. They were separated, so I couldn't, I didn't know if I should count it or not. And then I tried to tally up the likes on both, and I ended up not doing it. And then what do you know? Vlad hits a home run. Shout out to Al Cap here. Suarez didn't have enough likes, but he hit one. So if I would have gone with Suarez, Vlad, Olsen, we could have had a great day yesterday. But I didn't. I went with Ricker, Olsen, Adele, and Carroll, and only Olsen hit. So, but that's it. That is what it is. We are almost complete with our calendar of what the theme is for each day. I have Monday decided. We have to figure out Tuesday, and then we'll have a complete list of things to do every single day. Remember, this week I will talk football. I'm going to get this hammered out. I think, want to talk about my personal betting journey over the last 3 years first, but all of that is coming down the pipeline. Let's talk today. Game in Cleveland. I don't care for much here. The wind is coming in as well. I don't think it's a good matchup for the Orioles, even though the last 2 days, I believe, I've been all over the Orioles. Yesterday, I said I like them as the underdog. They ended up winning the game. That felt good, but I don't feel the same way today. Cal Manzardo, Jose Ramirez would be my leans, but I would likely stay away from this one. Game in Pittsburgh, we got Paul Skeens and Jack Flaherty. I don't think it's a good matchup for Detroit after having played late last night in Texas, having to travel to Pittsburgh, and then face Paul Skeens. I would pass on all Detroit bats here. Brian Reynolds, O'Neal Cruz would be my leans for Pittsburgh. Game in Miami, I don't think overall is good. Miami is the favorite, which should tell you something. Miami is rarely the favorite, especially against maybe a team like the Padres, but I think they have an advantage in the pitching here. So I'm staying away from all Padres bats. Nobody looked good, didn't want to force anything. But for Miami, Agustin Ramirez at 520, I think is a very good price. Jesus Sanchez at 480. Kyle Stowers, of course, if you want to go with him, he's been pretty hot as well. Game in Washington, Cincinnati looks better on paper in terms of pitching matchups. Elly De La Cruz and Noelvi Marte. That price 8-1 is pretty good for Marte, although the conditions don't look fantastic. CJ Abrams and Josh Bell against Brady Singer. Maybe a little bit of a force there. I kind of went back and forth. Nobody, again, jumped off the page. Nothing was super obvious, but it was that's the true definition of just a lean. Abrams and Bell are. Game in Philly, we got Philly at home again. Another series where they'll get to stay at home. Zach Wheeler's pitching today. He's not perfect, but he is good. I think Boston has some guys that could be good against him, but they're very hit and miss. They're Duran and Abreu, and then I don't see much else. So they're red overall, 9 bats. I don't see a ton of production throughout the lineup, but I think Duran or Abreu as sort of one-off guys could provide some power. Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, you always pick those two. Why do you keep picking those two? Well, because if it fits, it ships. If those are the guys that match up well with conditions, with park, with pitching, I'm going to take them. If you'll notice, yesterday I didn't take them. They didn't hit home runs. 3 days ago, I took both. They both hit home runs. That's a small sample size, but I have to trust what I believe to be true about the game, the players, the pitching, the park. And so you may see repeats on here. Every day I look at it in a vacuum. I don't think about yesterday or I don't think about tomorrow. I think about today. And so, so what? I've picked the guys the same time. I like them in those spots. Speaking of picking guys at the same time, Aaron Judge at 2-1. I'm actually shocked you could get that number at 2-1. Dang it didn't put my image on here. I had a little image here. We'll talk about it in a second. Cody Bellinger at 6-1 I think is very good. George Springer and Bo Bichette against Carlos Rodon. I'm waiting on Jazz to hit one. I realize the home run derby should not matter, but the way he was swinging, I think a lot of swinging and home runs, there is a mental and a rhythmic aspect to it. And if you go out there in the home run derby and hit 2 or 3 home runs, you're not feeling great about your swing. So while Jazz looks good today, I'm going to wait till he hits one and kind of gets that swagger back before I put hard-earned USD on him. The other thing I want to say is, will Judge get the pitches? He is facing Kevin Gausman today. Historically, he has shelled him. I don't have the picture, but I will try to go off memory. I believe he has 46 at-bats, 13 hits, 6 home runs, 10 walks. 10 walks in 43 at-bats makes me nervous. 25% of the at-bats he faces Gausman, he gets walked. So while I do like him to hit a home run, and obviously his matchup is great, I fear as if he will be walked in this one more than I would like. And if a guy is walked, he is not able to hit home runs. So I fear they'll pitch around him. That's my only hesitation with Aaron Judge. Game in New York, Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor. Overall, not a good game, especially for the Angels against Cody Senga, but I like the Mets here, and so those are my 2 leans. Game in Atlanta. Again, Atlanta stays there. They get the All-Star break at home. They get a first game series at home, and they stay at home again. That's crazy advantage. Matt Chapman, Willie Adames, Sean Murphy, and Ronald Acuna Jr. are my leans there. Game in Tampa Bay, likely the best spot tonight in terms of weather, pitching, everything, just home run volume. It looks like Tampa Bay is going to be the place. Mike Tauchman at 8:30. That's crazy. That's crazy. Mike Tauchman at 8:30 in this park with the wind blowing out right against a right-handed pitcher in Shane Baz. 8:30 is crazy. It should be 6 to 1. That price is 6 to 1. At tip-off, at first pitch, I want you to look on FanDuel. If you watch this video late, I want you to go look. I'm gonna bet Mike Tauchman closes at 6 to 1. I think 8:30 is value. Andrew Benintendi, 520. Aranda and Diaz on the other side of the ball. Again, probably my favorite spot tonight. Game in Texas, no home runs are hitting this one. They weren't hit last night. They historically are not getting hit here. But I think the Oakland A's have some pop in their bats, and I think they will bring it today. Soderstrom and Rooker are my leans. Wyatt Langford, Kyle Higashioka for the other side. Last games of the night, we got the game in Chicago. There's just simply not enough information. It does look like wind is blowing in and blowing in strong, which is a problem typically at Wrigley, but they don't have their pitcher decided. It looks like Chris Flexen should pitch the bulk of the innings, but they may throw out a guy for the first inning. I hate when they do that. It makes it confusing. Ian Happ at 9 to 1 is wild to me. That also feels like a very good price. Carson Kelly at 6:30. Game in Colorado. I think St. Louis could shine here, but I do worry about their travel. They were in Arizona for a series. They get on the plane. They come to Colorado with the high altitude. How long does it take the body to adjust? Is it a big deal? I don't know. It's just something I'm considering. So if you care about that, keep it in mind. Wilson Contreras, Jordan Walker, Ezekiel Tovar, and Mickey Moniak would be my leans. But I think there are more guys for St. Louis, such as Pedro Pajes and other right-handers that could hit home runs tonight. Game in Arizona, Taylor Trammell, Jose Altuve, Randall Grichuk, and why not Eugenio Suarez? Why wouldn't I pick him? He's on fire. He is the Cal Raleigh of Arizona. He is the Aaron Judge of the Cal. Eugenio Suarez is the Aaron Judge of Cal Raleighs. Eugenio Suarez is the Cal Raleighs of Shohei Ohtani. He's good. And he's been stellar, and I'm shocked that you get him at 3 to 1 on FanDuel. Game in Seattle is ugly, totally across the board, but I am going to throw some names out. Andrew Vaughn, Christian Yelich, and Cal Raleigh. I'm not playing them, though. Game in LA looks good. Looks very good. Ohtani should start tonight in terms of pitching. Then they should put up Dustin May. Regardless, Trevor Larnach, Cody Clemens, good prices on both of those guys. Very good price on Trevor Larnach at $650, Michael Conforto $550, and Shohei Ohtani at $176. So what is our official play today? Our official 5 days of Dinger, the boost. We haven't hit one yet on the record. I hit one off the record we talked about. But today's, I like this, Mike Tauchman and Augustin Ramirez. That's the play today. That's what we're going with. Feels good. Love it. They were the ones who made my stomach boil up. Little tingle down there. So we play the tingle. And we have Marriage Monday. Now, somebody suggested this. This is not my idea, but they suggested Wife Wednesday. It's the same idea, but just to keep Wednesday what it is without having to shift too much around, we're going to go with Marriage Monday. So I sent the entire sheet to my wife in a text message. She wasn't responding. So I went downstairs. She was cleaning my daughter's room. They were cleaning up her toys, sorting out things. I said, hey, I need a favor. Look at this and pick 4 people. Don't pick 2 people from the same game. That's all I said. No other advice, no other feedback, no other nothing. She took longer than I thought. She took like 4 to 6 minutes to do it, which I thought she'd just go, first 4 names she saw. She looked at it, and here's how I know she looked at it. Juan Soto, if we go back and look, green, right? I think she saw that. Yandy Diaz, green. I think she saw that. Shohei Ohtani. Not only do I think she saw that, she knows who Ohtani is. And then Jordan Walker, green. My wife's not stupid. My wife's not an idiot. You could call it blind luck. I don't think it was luck. I think she intentionally tried to figure it out. I think she tried to make informed picks, but I didn't tell her to do that. I didn't tell her anything. So that's the play. We're going to run it as a round robin by 2s, by 3s, and the total parlay of by 4s. And if this wins, screw me, right? I mean, screw me. She can have the channel. Wife means go. You know what I mean? Who cares? I guess we're done. See you tomorrow. Love you.